You
Right,
can be
but
angry with your Jewish community. You
right,
can be
but
angry. This was a stranger that you beat up in Georgia. You violated this protective order with this young lady. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 times.
Okay, buckle up. You know what time it is. We're about to watch the parole hearing of what some might call a giant man baby, someone who just does not know how to leave his ladies alone. Anyways, with that, let's jump in.
my name is Gerbaud Royal. It's 440236.
This hearing is being conducted in consideration of the whole application for Gerbaud Royal, inmate number 440236. He is serving a sentence of 10 years executed suspended after 30 months jail with 5 years probation for 3 counts of violation of protective order, 2 counts of failure to appear first, 1 count of threatening second and failure, and 1 count of failure to appear second. As of today, records reflect the parole eligibility date of October 12th, 2024. There is victim input in this case. There is an offender accountability plan for the offender. It has been reviewed and shows the offender has not completed any programming. Utilizing the statewide collaborative offender risk evaluation system, the offender's overall score on the SRT falls within the moderate range of risk for recidivism. This is your opportunity to express to the board why you believe you should be granted parole. You may begin.
I wanted to. I think I heard that you said that I didn't complete a program. Is that what I heard? Is that what I heard?
That is correct.
I completed tier 2.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I have a certificate.
When did you finish the program, sir?
I finished it before I came to this jail. I finished it over in Cole Robinson with Mrs. Cuevas, and I have a midterm, and I have my completion term too in myself.
We show that you were removed from that program because you received a disciplinary infraction.
I have to complete it. It shows she wrote the report about it and everything. It's on paper. I have it written.
The RT screens that you completed?
RT screen, yes, the ER.
We do have your midpoint evaluation for tier 2. That's all.
I have the completion one too.
Okay, tell us why you deserve parole, sir.
I've just been in a lot of mess with this whole entire case. I created a big mess, with the protective violation orders, just not listening to the protective order, not taking the law that I was just making decisions without thinking of the consequences at the time. And the consequence that I got this time has just been a year and some change, and it's been a very, very tough ride, and it's something that I never want to do again. And it's actually humbled me a lot. I learned a lot. I took some classes, and I went to AA and NA meetings and things like that. I learned things that that I should be doing, like in general, just like in the world, like
Be specific.
as far as
Be specific.
getting help for what I need. This time made me realize.
Getting help. You have to be specific, sir. You're speaking in general. You're saying,
Okay,
I learned some things
so-
from NA and AA that I'm going to use out in the community, and you have to be specific. What did you learn?
So things like my medication, things that are actually that you should be taking, like medication, therapy, that there is something that I need to address, and instead of just going on and living like there's nothing wrong with me, so.
You're saying that addressing your mental health.
Mental health, exactly, absolutely.
And AA taught you that?
Well, everything taught me that, because you learn more than just Alcohol Anonymous in those classes. The people, you from the outside come in and talk, and they say a lot of things. Everyone goes up and speaks their story and history and things like that. And, before, I like to tell people that, it's not me. It's just because I didn't want to feel like there was something wrong with me. But it's, you know, I just learned from there that it's okay to have something wrong with you, just to address it, you know? So as far as that, you know, therapy, things like that, counseling, that's just going to be something that I'm going to do, because I do have a life that that is good for me. I work. I have my own. I came to Connecticut with my own business. I opened in Danbury Fair Mall in 2021. Skincare company. I did a lot of things, and I just ruined it with this. So I just ruined it, just completely. And I'm 30 years old, so I don't have time to screw up anymore, you know?
Okay.
It's just, yeah.
So I appreciate that information. Is it okay
Yes,
if I
ma'am.
call you Mr. Royal?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I do know that I recognize that you have a hyphenated name. It's just for time for me, honestly, and ease. To call you Mr. Royal. So what will
Yes.
happen here is each of us will take an opportunity to ask you some questions. When we are done, we will turn the hearing over to our victim's advocate, Mrs. Vasquez, for victim input. And then we will deliberate and give you our decision. Okay?
Okay. Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
going to start with the questions. I have to be honest, Mr. Royal, and tell you that I'm glad that you were able to identify that you're dealing with your mental health issues will help you navigate life in the future. However, for you to sit here before us with just 3 violation of protective orders and 1 threatening is a miracle, because you had so many violations of protective order. And then you're a multi-state offender on top of that. You have a simple battery in Georgia. Who was that? Who did you?
I was at an Airbnb in Georgia, and it was during the time of COVID. And I was with my girlfriend at an Airbnb.
Mhm.
And there is a random guy over there that I was really intoxicated, and he got in like a little fight with me outside of the house. And yeah, just a little, well, I
So
was
a
intoxicated.
stranger. So a stranger.
A stranger, yeah. And then some lady got involved not some lady, the Airbnb lady came in and I guess separated us, and the police came and just arrested me. They let me go.
I count. So that's 1. And then what
Yeah.
did you do? What did you do in North Carolina that they have a warrant for you?
North Carolina has a warrant for me.
Yeah. What'd you do?
I never knew about that. That's news. That's news to me.
Try to verify it. I mean, I know I'm not the only one that saw that he has a warrant in North Carolina.
Consuming alcohol.
Oh, for consuming
Consuming
alcohol?
alcohol under the age of 19.
Okay.
What is it for?
At the age of 19? Is that what you said? Under the age, okay. Consuming alcohol under the age limit, under 21. That's what you have
Basically,
in North Carolina.
I remember that.
Oh, now you remember it. Okay.
I never thought I had a warrant for it. I never got arrested or anything.
No, they probably gave you a citation and then you never went to court. They're not gonna arrest you for underage drinking unless you're acting violently or trying to drive a motor vehicle.
Right.
I just remember I woke up in the hospital, ma'am, and all my family was around. And if this is the same time, I woke up in the hospital, all my family
Well,
was
listen, if
around.
you can't remember, it's too many times. That's a problem. That's a problem, sir. If you
I'm sorry.
drink to a point that you don't remember
No,
what
that was
and when.
no, that was actually my first time drinking like that. I never
But you
drank
weren't
like that.
supposed to be drinking, period. Do you understand
Right.
that?
Absolutely.
There seems to be a pattern of your abuse of alcohol. And I read that you said you were self-medicating, which I completely understand. But when you're self-medicating, you become violent. And that's where the problem lies, sir. I really don't see any evidence of change here. I know we were talking about you're participating in the Tier 2 program and completing that. Even that aside, you still have received 2 disciplinary infractions, one just this year that was really a fight, but they called it an interfering with safety and security. You violated this protective order with this young lady. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 times. And you were only charged for 3. And there were a bunch of other charges that they just nollied because you had so many. And I when the officer asked you about why you committed the offense, you said the victim came into your store, the victim invited you over. I mean, wait, there was one that really, I mean, the victim locked herself inside a big wide bathroom because she was afraid of you. Do you want your partner to be afraid of you?
Absolutely not.
So what did you do to instill this kind of fear in this woman?
I just, I
know. Well, I mean, it's just so, you can't control your partner, sir. And then for the life of me, I don't understand why when they don't want you to contact them, why you still contact them. Is she worth your being in prison?
Absolutely not, ma'am.
I don't understand. I don't care who the president of the United States call me and tell me to come on over. If there's a protective order in place, I'm not going. I don't understand the decision-making time after time after time. And they gave you 30 months for this sentence. And sir, I think that sentence was appropriate. I have no intentions on supporting your request for discretionary parole today. I do not believe that you're a suitable candidate based on, the nature of these crimes, it's a repeated pattern. Alcohol violence, alcohol consumption, controlled violence. It's too much for me. It really is too much. So, Ms. Turner. Oh, wait, one last thing, I apologize. And then when the officer asked you, what were you going to do to refrain from incurring any more charges, criminal convictions? You said you're going to stay with the Israels? What does that mean?
No, so, he asked me a few questions. He asked me, what am I going to do when I go back into the world to avoid these
Right, that's what I just said.
getting into this. And I told him for the last 15 years, I work in a Jewish community, and I work and I sell cosmetics, and I have we have a lot of traditions that we follow throughout the years, throughout the calendar. And I got off track, whenever I closed my store in Denver, I started to do like drugs. I was in the streets. I was running around.
What did you mean by the statement, sir, that you're going to stay with them? Are you implying?
I meant to stay around my community, like my friends, with the people that I work with.
Well,
not
that
like
would
specific.
imply, sir, that you're not the problem. You're the problem. You're the common denominator. So regardless of who you're around, if your mentality is still the same, you're going to continue to incur criminal convictions. You can be angry with your Jewish community. You can be angry. This was a stranger that you beat up in Georgia.
I didn't beat up someone. I got into an altercation where I was intoxicated, ma'am. I was charged with
it says simple assault.
Yeah, and they dropped the charges because I spoke with the victim. We all spoke. The victim spoke with me. But
I'm saying to you that you need to identify that you are the problem.
Absolutely, ma'am. I know this for 100%. I am the problem. Yeah.
So, Mr. Royal, Do you remember the Hotel Zero incident back in January of 2022?
Yes, ma'am. That was the
Okay.
first.
That
Yes,
was a
ma'am.
threatening second. Can you tell me the initials of the victim in that case?
H, C.
Okay. So, building off of what my colleague was just talking to you about, at the time of this incident, when the police were called, you had only been dating for a couple of weeks.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm struggling to appreciate why after, within a few weeks, you're still getting to know one another and figuring out whether this is a possible fit or, whether you're, connecting enough to keep pursuing a relationship. So she didn't think so. And you could not accept that. And I just don't understand how you could say to another human being that you're going to send people to her to make her life difficult. And you were also quoted in the police report as saying, I will kill you slowly until you shoot yourself. Do you have anything to say?
I was at that time just, I was saying anything. It's not the character, personal, who I am and what I would actually do.
Your words are a reflection of your character. And if
Right.
why would you think that somebody who's trying to take themselves out of a relationship with you is going to want to stay with you when you threaten to kill them slowly? I mean, do you understand how absurd that is?
Yeah, absolutely, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have a problem respecting women?
And that, in the situations that I had there, yes, I did. I did at the time.
And you have not, you've never taken a
realized,
domestic violence class?
yeah, I did. I only had 2 weeks to finish before the last ticket that they gave me. I was in the domestic violence class, and I took anger management classes as well in the world. I took one, but I just didn't finish it.
Well, you need to continue taking these programs, sir, because you've got to get a handle on your emotions and your thoughts, and that you can verbally intimidate and abuse other people and think that they're going to want to be with you. That all you're doing is creating a hostage, someone who's with you because they're too afraid to leave you. That's not a relationship. Why would you want to be with somebody who doesn't want to be with you? Have enough self-respect to walk away.
Right.
Yes,
I have no
ma'am,
more
I
questions
understand.
for Mr. Royal.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez.
I have no questions, Madam Chair.
Thank you, sir. We're going, at this time, Mr. Royal, we're done with our questions. We're going to turn the hearing over to our victim's advocate. Good morning again, Ms. Vasquez. Please do not interrupt, sir.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
morning, Madam Chair and board members. I had the opportunity to speak with the victim, and she has requested that I read a statement on her behalf. And it reads like this. I am happy for his moving forward with his life, and I wish him only the best of success. I believe in him. He'll learn from his past and he will succeed. When we were in a business together, he spent money I had given him for the purpose of starting a business venture together. That business venture did not go as agreed, and I never got the money returned to me.
You are trash.
There's a lot of financial loss that I've had to work hard to get this money on my own. It is good to see him getting back on his feet. I would hope that at some point with his new job, he considers repaying the money he had taken from me, which sums about $70,000.
You are trash.
Within business and other things that I'm not sure exactly what the money was used for. Other than that, I wish him only the best with his future intentions and hope for lots of success. Thank you, and I'm sure that is all that I have for this case.
Thank you, Ms. Vasquez. All right, so give us a few minutes to talk about your case, Mr. Royale. And again, you may listen, but you may not interrupt. I think I've stated my position on this applicant. I do not believe that he is suitable for a discretionary parole. He has not shown us any evidence that he's changed. He hasn't completed any programs according to our records. And also the nature of this offense is very concerning.
I concur with your summary. I share your concerns. I think Mr. Royal has a lot of work to do. And he has 7.5 years of this sentence hanging over his head when he goes out to 5 years of probation. And I do hope he'll be successful.
As do I.
I would also agree, Madam Chair, with what you said about Mr. Royal. And I think that he really does need to continue to do a lot of work in order to be able to put his life back together again.
Thank you. With regard to
Can I suggest nature and circumstance, inadequate evidence of offender change, poor institutional adjustment, and inadequate release plan?
I have nature and circumstance, injury, not injury impact, inadequate evidence, lack of program participation because he didn't do that.
But he is debating, now he's saying he did DD and we don't have any information about that. So I thought, release plan and institutional adjustment.
No, I don't care about his release plan if I'm not releasing him.
Yeah.
But he didn't come with one that would have, provided us any confidence.
So you said nature and circumstance, inadequate evidence, I'm sorry, important institutional adjustment.
Constitutional adjustment.
Okay, all right, so we can, that's plenty, right? Okay, thank you. So with regard to Gerbaud Royal 440236, I move that his discretionary parole be denied based on his, the nature and circumstance of his offense, his poor institutional adjustment, and inadequate evidence of offender change. He will not receive a new hearing and he will finish his sentence and look out for his probation. Is there a second?
Yeah.
All in favor? Aye. All right, Mr. Royale, you received all of this in writing and we wish you the best, sir.
This concludes the hearing for Gerbaud Royal Inmate number 440236.
You're all set. You can ask the officer to send in the next person, please.
No parole for Tate. Thank you. None. Mr. Tate is not getting parole.
And here we go again because of anger issues. I don't think it ever gets old. And he looks stunned, right? Like he was like, wait, what just happened? He's just like sitting there like totally flabbergasted. Now his full term date is January 10th, 2026. So at the time of this recording, he's got, I don't know, I'm not good at math, but I guess 1 year and 6 months or something left on his sentence. And I don't know if this is his full, if this is the name, his birth name, or if he changed it, but Gerbaud Royal. I mean, that's the name. And Sir Richard found something on YouTube. Apparently, he's a rap artist, so he has a song, and I'm not going to play it for you for multiple reasons. Sir Richard has in the notes, this is what Sir Richard says on the song: words fail me at his lyricist talents. So I did listen to it. I'm not going to play it because I don't know how copyright works with music and YouTube, and I just don't like doing that. And really, if I play it and he decides to copyright strike me, I just don't want to deal with that type of drama. I don't care. So if you want to check it out, you can run the search yourself. I just don't say I didn't warn you. But it's interesting. He came in with like this smile and attitude, and I wasn't sure what we were going to expect, but apparently it's someone else who just, and like the parole board said, I love it when they're so on point. They're just on point. They seem so disgusted by both these men's hearing, and it was Barry Page and it was Miss Barry Page Rodriguez, who should not be mistaken for Mike Pohl. I know he could sound like Mike Pohl. Rodriguez is the other man, and Turner. And I think this is a good mix. Barry or Miss Page Rodriguez and Turner seems to be quite a good match. They're not messing around. And what are you supposed to do? It's the craziest thing. Again, it's like the whole how could you? It's like if someone doesn't want to be with you, I don't get it. I just can't. I can't understand it. You have to be so insecure. You have to have like the and you know that poor woman, she lost $70,000. Can you imagine investing in that guy, partnering with that guy? $70,000. I'm sorry to break it to you, lady, but you're never gonna see that money. There you have it. And with that, I'll let you go.
You can be
but-
angry with your Jewish community. You can be
Right.
angry. This was a stranger that you beat up in Georgia. You violated this protective order with this young lady. I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 times.
Okay, buckle up. You know